Hey everyone, I'm back for round 2 to try and, oh look, there's a chicken still left over. Back here for round 2 to see if it's possible to get this Castles of Burgundy map filled in a game. Again, if you watched my last video, you'll have seen that I failed. Okay, if you just jumped to the conclusion, I failed. It was a long video to get to failed. But hopefully this time I'm going to be more successful. Again, this is attempt number 2. And we also learned a few things from last time. In case you didn't watch the last video, let's do a quick recap. Lesson number 1, diversify earlier on. I was left with just a few yellow spaces last time, which I think if I had diversified a little bit more earlier on, rather than just filling up certain sections, certain types of my board first, this might have been avoided and I might have been able to triumph. Second thing I think was that we don't actually have to play this guy out. He can just be left out with the crap, and there's enough tiles that are available that I don't need to worry. Other thing we learned from last time is we're just going to use these to mark out our turns. I don't actually care about picking them up, I just care about marking out my rounds so that I keep track of things accurately. And then actually the third thing is that because there's 4 city tiles available each time, I don't actually need to fill my cities up the fastest, because some of those other tiles, like the ships and the bonus tiles, there's only 2 of them out per round, and yet I've got to fill 6 of them, which means that I need to take, in theory, 2 of them on 3 of the 5 rounds that are available, without the middle helping me out perhaps there in the end. All right. Now, I still think that I'm going to have the same opening move, which is that I still think I would want to have done a mine, because I think I still need to be wealthy enough to buy pieces out of the center to help my game. So first move is going to still be to place in a mine in on the game board. So that is turn 1, 2 die used. Turn 2, I think that I will go for a ship, because ships, again, are one of the things which are limited besides the bonus tiles. But I can help myself get a ship by getting this particular city. So I think I'll actually roll a 4, oh no, wrong one. A 3 for this guy here, put him here, and then I'll place him in with another 3. That is the end of my second turn, but he lets me draw one of the ship tiles off the board. Great. All right, turn 3. I'm going to try and remember to use my dice as my counters basically. So turn 3, I would place a ship into the board with a 5. And for my second turn, I think I will take a church. Put that there on my board. All right, next turn, put that out. This time I'm going to put my church in here. Church will let me pull a green tile, which are also in high demand for the game, because there's only 1 of them that actually show out each round as opposed to 2 of some of the other ones. It also gives me a free action, so I definitely want to be doing those early on. So for my second turn, for my second turn, I'm still actually going to be doing a 4. I'll take this one here, because I need to get myself connected up here. All right. 5th turn is going to be a good one, because I'm going to place a 3 for this city here, which will let me take one of the city icons off the board. And I think in theory I would actually want probably not this city. I don't care too much about that, or do I? No, I don't care enough about that yet. I'm going to pretend there was a different church on the board instead, which lets me take him off the board. Can place this one up here, and for my final turn, I don't want to put this guy in just yet. I think I actually want to pull, I guess it's kind of actually the same effect. So actually I will place it in with my second die, because I'll place him in for free with this green action, and then he would let me pull this guy onto here. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles played. I think that's what happened last time I did this attempt, was I got 7 tiles in on my first turn, or during the first round, and looks like that's about what's happening here again. So the board would technically reset at this point, How did we get an extra mine on there? I don't know how that happened. Okay, but the mine would go up, get a silverling for my 1 mine on my board. There would go out some of these tiles again. Throw some of the ones that actually, some other lessons we learned last time is some of the more useful buildings if you're trying to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish here. All right, for my first turn, I'm going to take a building. We'll take this one here because when I play it on with a 5, I'll be able to place this one on as well. That gets me going on my yellows. But now I need to get more yellows off, and I need to get more ships off, and I need to get the green off. So let's start with the green because it will give me a free action. So he comes off. Oh, look, we're falling behind here. Most important part, being able to prove whether this really happened or not. This is turn 2. So pull off my green, place my green in, and I will take off a yellow tile. I think this is another powerful tile which will help me accomplish this because it will let me place this same type of building within the same city, which otherwise you're not allowed to do. Okay, so the green one, played that was with my 2 and my 4, and played it in, took a thing. All right, next turn. Need to make sure that I keep up with my shipping, so let's do a ship, which actually could be the equivalent of a city this round, right? So let's do a 1 and a 4. Lets me take a ship off. All right, so for this turn, take a church for a 6. Place a church in with a 3. That lets me take the mine. Final turn. I don't know, I'm not feeling as good about this, and I'm starting to think it really is impossible, and I was so adamant to John that I really didn't think it was. But let's play some stuff down. I guess I'm full down here, which didn't actually happen last game, so that's kind of interesting. Let's get this yellow one going out of the way. So 2 yellow ones in, and I guess a ship, or no, a mine. Let's do a mine for 1. Make sure I get my silverlings that I can keep buying stuff up with. All right, that's the end of that round. 2 silverlings would come my way. And animals. I can't forget about the animals. That's what I really need to work on here. Okay, so much to purchase as a, what are we, a baron? What do they call them again? Oh no, a 15th century prince, right. Okay, so much to think about as a 15th century prince. Another mine goes out. I'm not going to care about this mine being in here anymore. I would probably be more interested in animals actually being here, but there are animals, maybe a yellow one. It could end up being near the end of the game. Then I'm going to yearn for an extra yellow to come my way. Is that everybody out? All right, let's try and get some animals going. So animals are helped by these buildings. So let's do that. I think I did a ship last time with it. But yeah, there's 6 ship spots, 6 those spots. Yeah, I guess there's 6 of all of them except for the mines and the castles. Castles, don't forget about the castles. I kind of want to start with a castle now. I love the castles. Plus free action, right? Okay, so first turn, 3rd round. Here we go. Okay, let's take the castle, place a castle in. That gives me a free action. I will take a animal. We're talking about animals here. Animal. All right, one that will help me play an animal in would be this guy here. So let's do next round. It's kind of how you have to think about it. It's like, how can I make something put that in for me? So this one and a 5, that'll let me put animals in. And technically I get lots of victory points for that. Nice. Okay, next round. Let's see. Could use another one of those buildings, to be honest. And because I have this double up, but just for the sake of not having the double up, just in case I didn't actually get that one, let's move this one here. Pretend I rolled a 6. Pretend I rolled a 3. And I wanted to do a 6 with that. We'll get to pull another building, which would be this one. And go on to the next round. Place that one in for 3. Do this one at the same time. Good to stay up on my ships anyways. And then my last action for this round, I think I would try and pull out. This is the 3rd round. I actually should be getting a 3rd mine, shouldn't I? How could I get a mine? Ah, with a church. Sure, what the heck. Let's see. No. Animals, they all crunch together as important. Actually, I had so many silverlink last time, it wasn't such a problem to wait on getting the mine. So maybe I will focus on getting the animal. So I'll do a 1 for this one. And then that'll help me on my next turn with my animals. So last turn of the 3rd round. And then we'll have to assess how we're doing here. So let's do a 6. Do this here. Let's me pull an animal, which is available there. And now I can place the animal in, or I could purchase an animal while there's animals to be had in the center. Because then I could replenish the center with more animals next time. Let's do that. Pay 2. And I will take the cattle out of the middle here. Good thing we're not going for points because we're really diversifying our animals. All right. How are we doing compared to last time? I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe this really isn't possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're at 21. That's exactly where we were last time. This is not good. I can't think. There maybe are better players than me to be attempting this. Oh dear. Okay, let's try this again. Here goes our next turn. I think I need more of this guy for my... Oh, see, I'm going to have used up my buildings again. This is interesting. Okay, we got to make sure we pull enough stuff off the map. Replenish. Looks like we didn't take any ships last time either. All right. Green guy. I don't even care about green anymore. Animals. Definitely care about animals. Buildings. Let's see. We'll just throw some random ones out for now to show our setup. But in reality, I might not use those ones. To be determined. Definitely don't care about that one. Alright, what would I have my last building be? A play on the map or a take off? I think it's actually net neutral, like the same effect. So, for the sake of interest, let's do another church. There can never be too many churches, right? Beautiful buildings. So that would be my first turn for a 3 and a 3 first turn. That will let me pull one of the yellow ones which are available. Now we just start playing in basically for the rest. So let's do a place in of a 1 for a yellow. This is turn 2. A place in of a 4 for our animals. And I might need some more animals here. I'm not sure yet how it's going to pan out. All right, let's do the mine. 3rd turn. So I need a 5 for the mine and a 3 to put it in. Go. Next turn. You could probably just figure this out on its own now, given that the rest are just 1, 2, 1, 2. I've got no bonus actions that are going to help me here anymore. So this is going to go pretty fast, I think. Sorry, 5 is going to be for there. 2 is going to be to fill this here. Last turn. I don't think we did it. Just don't think it's possible. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. I think I actually did worse than last time. 9 spots, but I can only get 5 things on. So I'm going to be 4 spots short. So in effect, I did better last time. Oh dear, 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 said Square, if you've ever read John Klassen's book, Triangle. So I concede defeat, I think. I think I'm going to have to admit that I was wrong, John was right. I'm just not seeing with the powers that be how you can quite fill it given the number of dice roll. Now, I really thought it would be possible. I think mostly because I thought, you've got 2 dice. You can put, but I guess the trick is that you can only put 1 on per 2 dice, ignoring all powers. So that means you're down to the 25 turns, which means you've got to come up with 11 of these actions that will get you 1 off and 1 on. Yeah, maybe mathematically it would have just been easier to math that out. It's not possible, is it? No matter how hard you try, you're right, it is not possible to fill this board. If you filled the board, put it in the comments and then prove it and send me a video of how, and I will feature you on the channel. But till I have some proof alternatively, I'm going to have to say round 2 failed, and I'm sticking with it's not possible to fill your Castles of Burgundy board. So actually, at the end of this entire experiment, in which I've been trying to fill the mat again, I've realized that there is actually a way, with the help of my Tony Morrow notepad, which thank you, Tony, for sending these regularly in the mail to me, even though I don't use your real estate services. But with the help of this notepad and a little bit of math, I actually think I can show, not that you can finish the map, but I can show that you can't finish the map, which I kind of already proved. But you can actually do it by numbers, and it's a lot more simple. So I think I mentioned in the video that there are 36 spaces, and there's actually 37, but one of them is already taken, and that's by this castle here. So you have 36 spaces left that you need to fill on the board. And of those spaces, you've got 12 of them that are building spaces, and you've got 3 of them that you'll be able to fill in that are green spaces. Those are key because those are spaces that will let you either take tiles or play tiles in, right? As you guys have obviously been watching. So if you consider that in the game you're going to have 25 turns in which you have 50 dice rolls or 50 actions, and it takes, generally without the help of these buildings, 2 actions to move onto the board and actually fill a space. So 2 actions to fill a space. So that in effect means that you're going to be able to fill 25 spaces if you don't use any of the bonuses here. However, given that the 12 buildings spaces and the 3 green spaces could potentially be used to add you another action, or replace one of these 50 actions that you effectively have 6 actions, or 6, I should say, move on the boards with the buildings, and you have 1.5 actions with the green. Now, if you actually combo these together, you get a couple, I think you actually get slightly further ahead, but just for simplicity, and again, you're going to see the shortfall, you're going to see that you can fill 25 plus 6 plus, for simplicity, let's say 2 spaces, so that would be a total of 33 spaces that would be filled, maximum, out of the 36 that you have to do. I think this, to me, is the definitive proof that it is not possible in a game of Castles in Burgundy, unless you decided that you wanted to add an entire extra stack of goods and play another 5 turns, then it would be possible. So maybe that's what's been missing all along, is we just need to play an extra round. And for those of you who are usually, playing the long-term game, maybe that will be to your advantage. All right, I think that's a wrap. I think I've shown here, as well as with my 2 examples attempting to play it out, that you just can't, in fact, fill a Castles of Burgundy map in one game. Tell me what you thought, what your best guess was, whether you think, again, I've missed something, how my math skills are. Don't forget to comment and subscribe on the video, and we'll see you next time.